Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to Sherlock Holmes. Still trying to solve the mystery of where the train went. We checked our journal this time. So we have to examine... We're at Doncaster, right? Like, that's where we are. So apparently there's some clues here that we need to find.
I'm pretty sure that's where we are.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's where we are, because it's the different colored one. So we have to do that. We're also supposed to examine the branch that leads into the quarry and the flooded area, or the beach around the flooded area, which is on the other side of the map from all the train stations for some reason.
No, you might want to walk around that there, dude.
Well, I think the station's there. I don't know what that building is.
I don't know, you can't get in anyway. But yeah, we've been in all these rooms.
Well, I mean, we must have missed something. Because we talked to that dude, but we never found the Mexican guy again.
No, he left the building.
But I know he's around here somewhere, because you do have to deal with him at some point. I mean, if you want to get to, like, the real answer to the case, you have to deal with him anyway. Like I said at the end of the last one, I'm pretty sure that with what we have now, we can just, like, blame somebody. I don't even remember who it was, but we can, like, blame somebody for it. And be like, they did it, and we can't do anything about it. Because it's, like, one of the companies or something. I don't think... Yeah, because, see, now we were in this room.
Yeah.
Which is very fucking empty. But then again, I guess, you know...
And it doesn't let us,
What?
look at anything.
Well, that just means, you know... Thankfully, it's not one of those games that'll let you look at stuff even if it's not important. So you know that if it lets you look at something, it's... You know, there's something to it. Although I guess it did let you examine the postal bags in every railway station, which had zero...
just to tell you they were postal bags.
Okay, well, well, apparently... Okay, well, it doesn't have as much as some other stuff. Like, there's some games that it's just like, oh, here's all this stuff. What good is it? It's like, it's not. It's just there. It's like for flavor, you know? Just like if you want, like, a really in-depth backstory on something. Speaking of postal bags. Oh, yeah, because we found his letters in there. That said that he was a dirty gambler. And that,
Yeah, you know, the one letters that we just took.
Yeah, that we just took and opened.
And opened, yes.
Because, I mean, they didn't
Well,
look...
there ain't too many people get mail in this town.
Or any of these towns. Like, we had postal bags, and none of them had anything in them. Although, granted, we can't really look, like, down into them, but still. Oh, well, no. Because we talked to him again after that, right? And he just kind of, like, brushed us off.
Oh, let's go see.
Oh, God. Yeah, there he is, chilling over there. Because we know this guy is in on it somehow, because we had the one thing saying that he owed a lot of money.
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
And then we had the other one saying that he recently came into a lot of money, so, or was about to come into a lot of money, right? God. My throat sounds like shit, or is that just me? No.
Probably getting cold.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That was where we just were. That's the
Oh.
left luggage. Yeah, it's always weird in games like this where like, in some games it makes sense for the doors to close behind you and that, but in games like this, I really wish that it wouldn't, just so it's like, I've been there, you know? Or if they give you, like, the option. Because you can't examine the ashtray, right?
We couldn't.
Oh, whoa, back up. There, cigar stub. That's what I was looking for before. I thought that he had threw it in the ashtray.
We want to take it.
Well, I mean, you're going to look at it. You got to rotate around. You probably got to sniff it. And do... Oh, this is going to be... Yeah, see, you're going to sniff it. It's going to be one of those weird puzzles like you had to do
This
make
scent
with the ship.
is
This scent.
familiar to me, but in order to
Mexican
recognize
cigar,
it,
so you gotta
I
make
must
a
combine
sombrero.
my associations into one picture.
I think that's a little bit racist. So remember, left stick and right stick do different things. And you have to form the picture by angles and everything, right? Oh yeah, and then you see how you got like the little cigar stub and the leaves? So after you get the picture mostly formed, those should fill it in. You might want to turn that the other way, so it go. Oh, there you go. Now just nudge it like a little bit more. Oh, too much. I'm trying to line up the triangles on the hat. So, and then tilt. I guess. Maybe to get one of the angles in there. Because, I mean, we're going to have to move the leaves and what? Oh! Okay. Oh, there you go. You almost have it. And then just tilt it a bit, and it should line it up, right? Oh, too much. Yeah, I don't know then.
I think I stretched it out.
Anyway, okay, well, move the leaves if you can grab them, because that might help if they're just, like, not in there anymore.
Move the cigar smoke?
Well, yeah, because you see how at the top of it makes, like, a little bit of a ring there? But I'd move the cigar, or the tobacco leaves in the middle first. Down, there, the mint leaves. Because they're, like, right in the middle, so odds are they're gonna left. There you go. So there, if you can find where those go, which looks like, I don't think they quite go there. I think, like, if you drag them down, I think you'll be good.
I can't drag them down though.
Really? Oh.
That's as far as it lets me take.
Oh, this might be one of those ones where now that you've got it like this, just, like, flip it all the way around, maybe. And maybe that'll line up the top part better. Yeah, that's right, because you, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, that looks a little better, right? Like it might line up. Well, I mean, you gotta keep moving.
I know, but I need to get that thing out of my way.
Oh, yeah, look at that's definitely lining up better. Oh, yeah, look at that. And look at that, your leaves are almost perfect, actually. You almost got, there you go. Wow, look at that.
Okay.
Well, now you just got to move the leaves so that their picture fills in a little bit of a gap. They just go a little bit left. Oh, too much, too much, too much. And there. And now you just got to pull the cigar smoke down, I think. I forgot that, you know, one moves left and right, the other one moves up and down.
Oh, I got it. Oh.
You got it now. There you go. That looks good. It should.
A greenish-brown cigar with a strong
that went
aroma,
significantly
a
faster than the
hint
last one.
of peppermint.
Remember the last one we did? They're like, no,
Ricardo.
I actually had to cut
You
that
already
one
know
down.
the name of this man.
No.
Holmes,
She went
you
in there and cut like a
amaze
solid
me.
5-minute chunk out
No,
of that.
Watson, I
was trying
refer
figure
to
it
the
out.
cigar. It is a Ricardo Turrent, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too.
You think that'd be a benefit? Oh, hit right bumper. There you go. Focus on the ashtray. Stare at it until it tells you what you need to know. Oh, there you go.
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar
It's
stubs.
really weird how that works.
Well, of course I'm going to take it, you know, because...
Apparently, there was a conflict between the
Those
Mexicans and the Chileans.
What? Oh, well.
Chilean.
Yeah, but no,
This
that-
ashtray
look,
is
it's a
full of
Chilean
ash
mine,
and
but I
cigar
don't-
stubs.
Well, we already knew that. Well, you didn't click on the cigar stuff.
I
Right?
know.
A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma.
Yeah, okay,
a
well, we already
hint
know
of
that.
Yeah.
And your right bumper thing is up
peppermint.
there
I
again.
see it.
These ashes and cigar stubs are similar to the one that we found on the floor. Some of the stubs
Okay,
were
so
recently
these been here
smoked.
a while.
There are others that appear fairly
It
old.
looks like there's some in the ashes, right? Like that's not just me.
Well concluded, my dear
I
fellow.
don't know why
A
they'd be
man who
fun.
smoked the Ricardo brand of Mexican cigar spent several long days at Doncaster
Okay, well, I mean,
Station.
we saw the guy throw the cigar on the floor, so we know that it's the Mexican guy that's here. No, apparently that was it. So did doing right bumper actually do anything while you were in the ashtray?
Yeah, gave me the piece of paper.
No, I mean after you got into there. Oh, you should look at the piece of paper. We probably gotta investigate it or something, right? Right there.
Oops.
Nope, that's not. Oh, to the left one. Burn out this. It has a few legible sentences. Okay, right stick. Okay, but apparently we don't get to look at it though. But it says you have dialogue for the cigar, so I imagine that you either have to talk to the Mexican about it or you gotta talk to the other dude about it, but we may as well just keep looking for now. His
Yeah, no, they-
house or whatever, what is it? His office should be to your, well, behind you now.
It wasn't far.
Was it? Oh no, I guess that probably would have been his clothes. Yep, there he is.
Newspaper
gambler.
articles on horse racing. Hurdle,
What
steeplechase,
is a
and flat racing.
steeplechase?
He is a true
I know what
enthusiast,
hurdles are.
Holmes.
I'm assuming flat racing is the normal one, but what is a steeplechase horse race? Oh, there's another horse thing down there.
Never been up the horse track, but I have no idea.
Is there even a horse track in down here? You hit the wrong button again. How you managed to do that, I have no idea. You just hit B a bunch.
Betting
Alright.
slips for horse racing.
The England National Sweepstake Grand Prix de London. Alright, can you flip it over? Really? They're gonna...
The sums are
Anybody
quite
really doesn't like to work on
impressive.
there sometimes, does it?
It can
Maybe that's
be
why I
an
kept falling off
expensive
the cliff
vice.
so far, bro.
This man had probably
Trying
used
to make
all
this one
his
jump, and
savings.
every time I'd like run towards the edge and I'd hit the button, he'd just fall off the cliff. It's like, thankfully it wasn't a lethal fall. There's a picture on the mantle, and I bet you it'll tell you that that's a thingy-madura again. Oh, apparently the picture isn't important though.
Yeah.
So
Well,
why
a
does
few
he have?
people had mail. I guess he did sort it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
A
let's see. It's
telegraph.
going to tell me it's a telegraph.
Yep, it's a telegraph.
Yeah.
I really wish that this thing had, like in the Batman game that I was playing, whenever you were in an area, if you held left trigger, it just put a circle over everything that you could interact with. That was on the screen. It was really nice. And nobody who watches those will ever see those circles because I cut all of them out.
Apparently, we're not allowed to look in the garbage.
Which is weird because that's where the best clues are. Yeah. Well, apparently that was it. We found horse. So now we know that he was a gambler on horses.
There's a bunch of paper down there.
Yeah, he's kind of a slob, isn't he?
A little bit.
So, we haven't been out this way,
No.
have we? So this is probably the way the Mexican guy went. Or, no, we had to have been out this way, because this is the train tracks again. How did we do that?
Oh.
How? Anyway.
Well, apparently he has a secret door.
Yeah, well, whatever, I'm sure. Oh, there's another door to your left there. Right stick, Mom. Right stick. For the love of God. Let Sherlock turn his head independent of his body. Oh, there isn't a door there. I could have swore I
No.
saw a door in the window. Like, just move left a bit. Oh, there's a fucking door right there.
It's got to be on this side of the building.
But it's not, because there's a garbage can right there. There's nothing. Oh, that's probably the door in his office that was open or something. That didn't look... Ah, whatever. If you go around the front, though, we might find the Mexican there. Oh, there he is, Sherlock Holmes. Get to see him instead of the ground that he walks. Oh, I don't see him here. Where the fuck did he go? Mexican ninjas. Pricks. First the train disappears, now we lost... Mom, don't go that way. It's gonna open up your map. It's gonna ask you if you want to go somewhere. So the dialogue must be with the dickhead out back then, because I
Yeah,
don't...
see, now you're going back into all the...
Yeah, we'll just walk around, because I don't know where the... I could have swore that you have to talk to that guy at some point. I thought for sure that at some point you talked to that Mexican guy.
Well, he's not out here anywhere.
Well, he might show up later, I guess. Well, I know he shows up later, but I could have swore that he showed up, or that you had talked to him. Maybe not. I mean, who knows? It's been a long time. Where are you going now? Don't go that
Just
way.
looking. Back there.
You think that's just like another warehouse for the train station or something?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's awfully close to have nothing to do with the station. And it's not like there's any other buildings around here. Alright, dickhead. Tell us about this. Oh, look at him. Now we get to question him on the gambling man. Oh, because now we found the horse stubs, right?
I observe that you are a gambling man, Mr. Duff. You had hoped that your relocation to this small town might have helped ease your addiction, but it was not to be.
I beg your pardon. Addiction to what?
Excellent. There you go. Horse racing.
We found a number of horse racing
Some
tickets
of the
inside
options
your
that you
office.
can interrupt them with this.
Well, well, we all have our weaknesses. An expensive obsession, surely, for a station master.
It is none of your business. I occasionally attend the races with my colleagues.
Only an expensive.
And
hobby
anyway,
for
that's my
movies.
private life.
If you win all the time, it's just a hobby.
There was a
Yeah.
gentleman of Mexican origin, I believe, in the waiting room. Did you notice him?
What? A Mexican? Here in the back of beyond? Are you quite sure about that?
I won't get ready for it.
Goodbye, sir.
Oh, no.
Watson, it
I
seems
thought that you
that
could call him out
both
on that, where
South
it's like,
American
you
companies
didn't
were
know this is a
involved in
man
the
who's
purchase
been
of
here
the
for
mine.
days smoking cigars.
The man
and
at
you're
Doncaster
waiting.
who fled our approach, he smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
Yeah? Good, do you know where he is? Oh, there you go, talk to the cigar smoker. So, I mean, we must be able to fucking see him at some point. Doncaster money received, or whatever, you know, you got it. Oh, right, because there are some of these that you haven't dealt, or that you
How
haven't
do we
decided
do
on
the
yet.
Y yet?
You just did the Y. That's what that was. But if you hit right bumper, you go back to the clues, if that's what you're asking about. Oh, you're just gonna try connecting everything up again? I don't remember. I don't know. There's a lot of these to go through. And I think it's the... I don't know if it's the next one or not. But I know the one that happens in the nursery, like plant nursery, whatever, gardens.
Well, he said it passed through.
Well, yes, but remember that was the drunk.
I know.
So it's like, did it really pass through, or did he just say it? I mean, once again, you can always pick one and change your mind later, or just not deal with it now. But go check the waiting room. The Mexican might be back. Because now that it is an actual like objective to go talk to him, I imagine he's there. It's weird that he wasn't there before, but I mean, whatever. Such a tired poopy. Never gets any rest when Isabel's around. Oh, there he is.
Please, sir,
Oh,
we
look,
would
it's
ask
like
you
almost the
not
exact
to
same
leave.
animation.
We have
Yeah.
some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone. Could you tell us if you were at the station last night?
No, I just arrived from South America.
A formidable journey, no doubt. Which country are you from?
De Chile.
Well, time to stare at him. A lot of just staring at stuff until it gives you what you want, eh? What is that, Marshall something? Oh, wrinkles, alright.
Ooh, a la-di-da.
Strong build. I see strong build in there. Something to smart clothes and expensive cigar. Martial arts? Oh, whoa, you had something else there. Back it up. How, whatever, like the opposite bumper that you were hitting. Should back it up. I see. Okay, around like his button there? Maybe not. I could have swore that I saw something light up as you were going down, but... Oh, there it was. Just to the left? There.
Dirt.
No, strong build.
It looks dirty, his coat.
Well, I mean, it does, but...
Vest looks like it's never been worn.
But, you know, he's got, like, a solid chest, apparently.
Sure.
It's hard to tell, because, you know, nothing in this video game has any, like, movement to it, so everything looks like it's made out of fucking steel. Martial arts, and then his cigar is one. What about that hand says martial arts to you?
Chile? But you are Mexican.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
X. His cigar, I guess? I mean, it's the only thing in there that makes sense.
Because of your cigars.
Sí, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico. It is quite impossible to find them anywhere but there.
Pero not your business.
I mean, if he's a businessman, he could have gone.
I
with them
don't
from there.
suppose that you
If
are
he
on
came
vacation.
from South America, he would
What
have passed
business
through
brought you
Mexico.
here?
I was to meet my fellow compañeros. Where did you arrive yesterday? They were on that damn train. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them. Or their bodies. It's now my responsibility
You're a
to
patriot.
repatriate
What
them.
does that mean?
Who authorized you to do that?
The company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Not a very friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know that he has been here for several days.
All right. So that's about as well as you could expect that to go. Suspicious Mexican, and probably because the WA Coal is the Mexican company, right? You might want to just pick one on these just so that we know when a new one pops up. Because I don't know which of these is the new one. Now, because that's the one that you checked last time, right? So just pick one. It's up to you. You can always change it later, which is nice. Because we really have no way of knowing that right now. You already did that one. What is this one? The Mexicans held a grudge after or whether or not the Mexicans held a grudge against the Chileans. What do you think? Think Mexicans as a whole are,
Angry?
well, I mean, capable of grudges.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Probably.
oh, you got, okay, because of that, you have this, the big node. Which means that the Mexicans set a trap for the Chileans, if you're going with that.
Oh.
No, you want to, okay. But you have two more down at the bottom that you have to make a decision on. Okay, so was the train in the thing, or was it just closed intentionally? Which I guess could be the same thing, right? And then the last one. Whether or not it passed Doncaster, which is the one station that we're at right now.
I don't like that guy.
No. Okay, well, apparently none of our clues are conflicting yet, otherwise they turn red. Hit right bumper? Okay, so we're down to 3. But we'll need to go and check out the other places to do anything with those. So bring up your journal again. To the... What is that symbol supposed to be?
Which one?
The next one. Like, that's your quests or whatever, your missions. You gotta hit more, like, in the center of it. Okay, so the side railway branch between Chesterfield and Evesham and the beach area around the lake. Okay. So go to the next right bumper. Go back to that. So how do we... between Evesham and Doncaster, which means that it has to be... Like, we have to be able to get there from one of these because it doesn't have its own symbol, right?
But it said to go inspect the beach area.
Yeah, well, that too. But it also said examine the side railway branch that leads to the quarry located between Chesterfield and Evesham. So if you go back to your map, Evesham's all the way down there, Chesterfield's all the way up there. The only point in between them is where we are.
Yeah.
But there's no tracks that lead to a quarry around here, is there?
I've never seen any.
Take a quick look again down the track. Just to see. Because it's the only point in between those two things. So it has to be here somewhere. Or you would think that we'd be able to get to it from here anyway. I mean, if we can't, then, we can go to the beach first and I'll look up where the fuck it is.
Pass you right to the wall.
Well, I mean, he's going to have a hell of a crick in his neck the way you make him walk around, so. Staring at his feet all the time.
Where does the door go?
That one. There's a couple of them around. Okay, so like when you get to the... Oh, there you go, right there. See how the track split off there?
Yeah, but didn't we already do that?
I don't think so. No, we tried doing that at a different place. At Evesham or something.
This railway branch should lead to the quarry.
Oh, but
let
look,
us take a
the
look.
tracks are different.
Yes, yes, they are.
They're very different.
They're new.
Or older. Which one is the new track? I would assume that those ones back there. Oh, there you go. You can examine them.
The rail is rusted and looks old, but the railway is
okay.
still usable.
So keep going then. And it leads right into the flooded quarry. Oh, and then there's some missing tracks at the end yet again. But I mean, there's obviously tracks there. Oh. You really need to learn to like let go. As
The
soon as
railway
something pops up.
ends here. That
Keep
is
going, I guess.
strange.
I mean, it says that that's the end of the rails, but obviously there was rails there. I mean, like, it's very obvious that there's... Although, or you did that.
I did it just to...
See, we're gonna look up a bit. And, like, further along, like, up the tracks. You know, the empty tracks, and just walk that way. Okay, get out of the right bumper. I don't... Now look down and around, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it's weird that he isn't registering the... It's one of those games, right, where it's hard to know exactly what your character is registering. You know, like, is he registered... What are you looking at?
All those little floaty things there looks like needles. Like some drug users there. They're
Really?
little
I was
bottles.
thinking... Yeah, I was going to say, they look like just, like, really shitty graphic bottles to me. Like, they took, like, a water bottle and shrunk it down and just threw it in the water.
Yeah, it looks like little... But there's a whole whack of them in
Yeah.
there.
Well, apparently they didn't really... Well, you know, kids would have parties at quarries, right? Like, that's a
Yeah.
thing that happens, so... Okay, well, I don't think it'll let you walk through the brush. Then they would have had to animate, you know, the grass moving out of your way and stuff, and they're not going to do that. Come on. So did he register that the tracks actually kept going at some point or not? Like...
No, he just said that's where it lying in there.
Yeah, but it's hard to tell exactly what your character is registering, like, in
The
his head. 'Cause
railway
it's very
ends here.
obvious that the tracks
That
keep going,
is
right?
strange.
But the question is he actually registering that, or did we somehow miss a point?
The whole train just
Oh, you can also
disappeared.
bring up your
It's
journal again to see if
unbelievable.
it cleared.
The whole
check
train
out the
just
tracks.
disappeared. It's
Oh, God, from the
unbelievable.
thing. Jesus Christ. Other way. One more. No, it still says examine the side railway branch. But I mean, we did. I mean, there's nothing else. Oh, unless maybe you need to check the track changer, maybe? But, because there's not really anything else to check, is there? It's like, oh, I see that the tracks are new, or are different here than there, and I see that they end here. And for some reason he refuses to register that, you know, oh, I see that there was tracks here. So that's the same one you already did. I mean...
The switch is rusted, but it still
Okay.
works.
I'm sure we did this before.
No. Oh, there you go. You completed it. That's all that you need to do, is check to see if it worked. Oh, you didn't get it. Oh, there you go. Flooded quarry and old railway to the quarry. That's got to be right. There you go. Now you have a choice. The train could have been sunk, or it could not have been sunk. I mean, it's...
Well, it can't be because it couldn't have got it over there where there's no rails there.
But I mean, there was rails there, and it had to have been recently. Otherwise, you wouldn't still have seen the marks, right?
I guess if they took them all.
Oh.
Aha.
Well, okay, go back to your clues for a second, though. Hit right bumper. Hit right bumper. Try the stolen rail tracks and old railway to the quarry. Haha. So yeah, now it's whether or not you think the train went into the mines or into the water. I mean, it's up to you. I don't honestly know. Okay, so there's something wrong. Oh, railway to quarry. Oh, because you have cannot be sunk there, which doesn't go with that.
Yeah, well.
Okay, now go to the Chesterfield one. That's probably the other one fucking you up. Because if it made it here, it would have had to have passed Chesterfield, right? Other one. There you go. Alright, let's check the flooded area. And then you can really determine whether it went into the water or the mines.
Well, I say it would have been easier to take it into the mines and then cave it in. I mean,
Well, it depends on what they wanted to do with it, right? Because to be fair, we still don't know what was in the special wagon. We even
we
talked...
have to go to the beach to check this.
Yeah, well, hit X. And go to your map. Because we never found out what the special wagon was carrying. We went and talked to the dude whose cart it is, or who ordered the special wagon, and then... But he just said it was a prototype for something, right? I don't think he actually told us what it was that was in it. I thought I looked at the deduction things on it. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. Games that let you do stuff during loading sequences are very rare. So I never fucking remember that. It's like, oh yeah, we can actually do stuff.
Here we are at the beach that is located near the quarry and Doncaster Station. It
Well, I mean,
doesn't
it's
look like
beach
a
next
very
to
good place
quarry.
to
Why would it
rest.
be? I mean, it looks like there's somebody took like a silo, tipped it over. And
These
stuff out of
traces
it.
were made by carriage. Look,
Well, I mean, there's heavy carriage tracks from the other place, right, where they stole all the railway things. Oh, then we'll get to see if they're the same length, right?
nothing
Or same
interesting
width.
here.
I think you want the really thick ones.
How do I do that?
Well, go up to them. Like, go over the thick one and click on there.
Nothing interesting here.
You gotta, just move it around until it works.
Nothing interesting
it
here.
fucking sucks, the measurement thing.
Nothing
You have to get it like
interesting
kind of
here.
centered, but you just basically got to keep clicking until it works.
Nothing interesting here.
And like move up and down it. Oh, did you get something there? Nope. You might want to try doing the bottom one. 'cause it's a
Nothing
little bit
interesting
straighter.
here.
So if you start the bottom, did your thing just like jump up there?
Nothing
Yeah,
interesting
that wasn't
here.
just my eyes doing funky stuff. So yeah, like just go like along it until it just take a measurement. I remember the measuring thing being an
Nothing
absolute
interesting
bugger
here.
to do. Oh god, it really has to stop doing that.
Nothing interesting here.
Because yeah, why is it doing that though?
Nothing interesting.
It's very...
Nothing interesting here.
Also, you see how it says skip in the corner there? It actually lets you skip these
Nothing
ones.
interesting.
And it'll just... I don't know what happens when you skip it.
Nothing interesting here.
Because obviously, you know, when I
interesting
play
here.
it, there's an achievement for not... I think it's for not skipping any of it, or maybe it's just for not skipping a certain amount of it, but... I mean, it can't be there because you have nothing to measure it with. It has to be... That's why I said to go along the bottom one, because
Nothing
the bottom
interesting
one is
here.
the shoulder of the two, right? It's really jarring
Nothing
when all of a sudden your
interesting
cursor's just like...
Nothing interesting here.
Oh my god, just let us take the
Nothing
measurement.
interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting
And
here.
it's when you're hitting A when is when it jumps, right? Like,
Nothing interesting here.
oh my god, game.
Nothing interesting
Well, after
here.
it jumps, just hit A again. And maybe it's...
No,
I said after it jumps.
nothing interesting here.
Just keep doing that. Just keep going down the line. Just mashing A.
No, nothing interesting here.
You had it there for a second.
Nothing.
Oh, there. Well, okay. Slowly go back to where you were, where
Nothing
you saw the thing.
Nothing interesting. Nothing in.
A little bit more to the right, a little bit more down. Oh my god,
Nothing
stop
interesting.
jumping like that. I know. I'm
Nothing
talking.
interesting.
I know that you
Nothing
can't.
interesting
Oh,
here.
down a bit.
Nothing interesting here.
Oh. What if you hold
Nothing
it?
interesting.
Okay. If you hold A, it says no. Gotcha.
Nothing interesting here.
Oh god. This fucking measurement thing. It really needed to just be, you know, like the hit right bumper, click on them both, and he does it himself. I think though, I can't remember having to do this past this point, like past this investigation. I don't remember this taking a measurement thing ever coming again. It may have.
Nothing
I don't
interesting
remember.
here.
Can I try? I realize I can't really do anything different than you.
No.
Oh.
Nothing interesting here.
Ah. Come on, take the measurement.
The
Don't be a
distance
prick.
between the tracks
There you go.
is about 6 feet,
It
7
was whole
inches.
day, apparently. Well, now what? Oh, I think now you have to
The
check
vehicle
tracks
would have been
again.
heavy, as these tracks are quite deep.
Okay. Well, what else can we find out? Oh, no, that's the same one. Oh, probably back here because of where they turn in from, maybe? No, like the track, like the marks, though. Or not. I guess. Because it always kicks us out as soon as, like, we found everything, right? Oh, what was that? What was that? You had something in there.
There's a heavy track.
The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep.
I guess try going to the end of it, but I think you were there, right? What about, can you go up any higher?
No.
Well, I mean, because it kicks us out, right? Like, once we're done, it's like, all right, you're done, fuck off.
The vehicle
Oh, there you go.
pressed this stone
It was
into the
literally a
ground.
rock.
It would have been quite heavy. These
Really?
traces are relatively
That's
fresh
what it was, is
and
you
were
need to
made
find
by a
a
large
rock to
truck
tell-
loaded with materials.
Just so you had other proof that the tracks
traces
were fucking
found
heavy.
at the
or-
disassembled
Fuck.
shed near Evesham and at the lake
Oh, look, it
were from the
finds
same vehicle.
All right, continuing the investigation. I think you probably want to follow the tracks, Mom, to see where they go. Because we do have that there. We have that offshoot there, but the tracks didn't go that way, so I'm sure that that's pointless. Well, I mean, it should be. Anyway, whether or not it is, I don't know. Well, I think it's safe to say that that carriage wasn't the one that was there. What are you doing?
I'd
You can't
say
go in
you
there,
let
Mom.
me go up there.
No. Once again, they'd have to animate
An
him stepping up
abandoned
onto
gypsy
something, and I'm not going to
caravan.
do that. Okay. I mean, is it all that abandoned though? 'Cause,
This
I mean,
place
there's,
was
like, clothes
abandoned
hanging on the
fairly
line over there.
recently.
Oh, abandoned recently. Somebody came in and kicked their asses out. That's what happened, right? Look, they even have a dog. They broke the outhouse door. Animals. Like, come on.
Those aren't outhouses.
Well, what the hell else would it be?
I don't know, but it's a beach, maybe a changing room, because
Oh, that could be. That.
there's no toilet in there, dude.
Well, I mean,
No,
yeah, there's no hole in the ground.
An advertisement for lake cruises.
Okay.
well, yay.
I mean, there is a dock over there. Oh, if you go investigate that, I bet you'll tell you it's like, oh, look, the water level is usually higher than this. But we already know that it flooded the quarry.
Observing the
I mean, we
coastline
know
and the
that.
moored boats, we are able to see that the lake's water
quite
level
severely, I'd say.
dropped. The lake has flooded the quarry. The dam was probably breached.
You know, there's the place, I don't remember where it was. And it may not even be real, it may have been like in a book or something that I was reading. But there was a place where like they had two different docks. And when you docked, and whenever they docked their boat there, they had like a 20-foot cord or something, or a 24-foot rope when they docked it, because that's how much the water level changed. So they would like moor their boat at like the dock, and if they came back in the morning, it was docked at the top with just like the huge rope connected. Oh, right bumper. You hit Y. There you go. Probably, there you go. There's a metal plate. Alright. Oh. Lazar.
A label with the name Las Zarpas.
Okay, I don't know what that is. We probably got to research that, don't we? Oh, inspect the beach completed. You got all your clues here. So, hit X to bring up your stuff. Because it'll either be a dialogue, right bumper. Right bumper to get your clues. Yeah, you have to search the archives for it.
That's where I was going.
Well, I know, but I wanted to make sure that it was search archives, not like go talk to someone. Because at least they're nice enough to tell you what, or not. Well, I guess you can't do any tests because you don't have anything with you, right? You brought apparently all the books in the world, but you didn't bring, your lab equipment and that. It's in the back of the thing.
I know.
Well, you just seem to be taking a really wide turn. If it's up, Mum, just hit A. You don't have to make him rub his face against it. He's not a cat. He's not claiming it as his own. He knows that it's his. First electric railway. Those don't work. You can use right trigger to go through the newspapers. And McKee, Colchester, Dudley, and Stevens. Cannibals? Abu Klea, Wellington. No, none of those look. English Art Club. Flying Lobsters. Udston mining disaster. Matchgirl, Jack the Ripper. Oh, Brazil abolishes slavery. Good for them. Whitechapel murders. Wasn't that Jack the Ripper? Wasn't he in Whitechapel? Adventures of the Copper Beaches. Explosion. The dock strike. New Scotland Yard opens. Great Blizzard. London Paris telephone system. Oh, look at that. The picture of Dorian Gray.
Mm-hmm.
Infantry defeated. All right. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Look, you could read about yourself. East Africa. Combs. Okay. Malaria. All right. So not in the newspapers then, apparently. That's a lot of newspapers that he brought, man. The bumper switches from newspapers to...
I know.
Well, why are you going back through the newspapers
Just
then?
in case I missed something.
I mean, I was reading them too.
I
I don't
don't
think that both of us would have missed it.
You never know.
I mean, I'm reasonably certain. Okay. Edward Armitage. What is Armitage? I know that name. But I don't register it with Edward for some reason. Armitage, whatever. Either. Okay. Das Kapital. Edison. Oh, there you go. Las Arpas. Barge transportation.
The typewriter is the future.
Well, I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah, I know, but could you imagine? Then that day they were excited about a typewriter.
I know, right? The Las Arpas barges are leaders in heavy goods transportation. Las Arpas label belongs to the Mexican consortium Caracal, who cover shipping, electricity services, and mining. Those were the dudes in the thing, right? That were fighting with the Chileans.
Here it is.
Now I bet you'll get or have to go into the thing for why and put together some more clues. Oh. Yep. We should only have like the 2 clues left to put together, right? Or no, because we never fucking found out what the special... Oh, there you go. Special transport in the barges. But we never did find out what the fuck was in the wagon, did we? We have to go... What was the first station we were at? Oh, there you go. You have it down there. Bottom left.
The Chesterfield one?
Was it
I have to
Chesterfield
go
that we
on my
started?
map again.
There you go. And... Bum-ba-da-dum. What do we have here? The train has been sunk in the flooded quarry.
Uh-huh.
Well, hit A. Which leads us to the conclusion that the Mexicans drowned the Chileans. Hit right bumper again?
Right bumper?
Yeah, just to see. See, because we still have a special wagon clue. That clue should go somewhere. We should have something attached to that. So I want to go back and talk to the dude.
Which dude?
The fat Texan. It was whatever train station we started at. Whatever one we started was where he was, and we were supposed to find out what was in the special wagon. So did we start at Evesham, or did we start at Bridlington? Because whichever one we started in, or even Chesterfield, I don't know which one. I know it wasn't Doncaster, so it's got to be one of the other 2. Because I'm reasonably certain that that's the correct thing, that that's the right one. But it annoys me that we have a clue. Because I know that it has to link up. Because if you've done everything, then all the clues should be gone, right? And we have to, because I'm pretty sure that one there is like, were they after whatever was in the wagon? Right?
Well, we did find out what it was. It was,
It was a prototype for something, but apparently Sherlock didn't register what it was. Oh, look at that. We got the right one, because there's the angry dude.
did.
So. Well, did you actually
I
know
will
that? or
not
did you-
move from
Yeah, I
here
thought it was
until
when
I
I looked at my
receive my
map.
refund.
okay.
You know what? Fuck them. Just go into your clues and just say the Mexicans did it, and we're done. I don't care anymore. Because I don't know how we would find out what's in the special wagon. Other than talking to the guy who ordered the special wagon and put the thing inside of it.
Well, get Watson to something on the head.
I mean, I don't think that would help. For one thing, that guy's bigger than Watson.
And we didn't miss anything else.
Well, I mean, we talked to everybody. The station manager said he couldn't tell you what was in it. That guy is, I'm pretty sure, the only
scandal.
one who could
An
say
absolute
what was in
outrage.
it. So, it doesn't matter. The Mexicans did it. It's well, you just bring up your because once you figure it out, it takes you like the special cutscene, whatever, and it's like now you must decide how to deal with it, right? There you go. Okay, it was carefully planned murder. Mexicans killed the Chileans and sank the train in a flood quarry to hide their crime. Now, inhumanity warrants the Chileans has cost many lives. You must act quickly, contact the Strahd, and allow the police to perform their loud and swift justice, even at the risk of international conflict. A criminal organization such as this cannot be confronted directly. It requires a delicate approach. Give Mycroft the chance to resolve the conflict, even though it might be protracted and turned to his own advantage. So who would you rather deal with this? Would you like the cops to deal with it, or would you like to give it to Mycroft?
No, he just wants to make more money. He'll go in business with it.
So A then? The blind justice? Also, I'm going to tell you right now, you might want to give me the controller.
Why?
Because you have to very quickly shoot the gun.
Why?
Otherwise, people die.
Who?
I don't remember. Now, the question is, do you want to take the Mexican alive or dead? Because that's up to you as well. Or,
Oh, we're going back there?
well, yeah, we got to go and arrest the guy, right? He's obviously the contact. And I mean, technically, I did spoil the fact that we now
And
have
who's going to shoot him, Watson or Sherlock?
Watson. I mean, I don't know.
Then the case is solved.
I'm not
Holmes.
going to spoil everything.
What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble. But it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. Our other option is the local constabulary, and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal. All the same, I think that I prefer the forces methods. It would be better to resolve the case quickly and efficiently, without any talk of politics.
Let us go home, then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Watson, we know that the Barcazas Company directors were drowned in the flooded quarry, along with the train and Robinson's prototype. But we still need to corner the guilty party.
But how do you intend to prove... Oh, no. Please don't tell me we have to dive into the lake.
You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Doncaster station master as bait. He will unwittingly trap our Mexican friend.
If I act quickly enough,
Of course,
I can
you
save
already
this.
had a plan. I shall follow
If
you,
I fuck it up,
Holmes.
he dies.
The gambler, dude?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, there's a good chance that I fucked
Well,
this
the
up.
case is solved.
It's
and
not
we
an
shall be
easy
heading
thing,
home.
it's not an easy
May we
shot
have
to
2
make.
tickets to London, please?
Right away, but... Wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking, can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? The police have ordered his immediate escort to London on the next
How many
train.
days have we been working this
He pulled
case?
through then? He's alive?
Guy has a hell of a lung
Yes, by
capacity.
extreme good fortune.
Yeah.
His condition is quite serious, and the method of transportation has its risk, but he will be held securely by the doctor and police officers. The gentleman carries some vital information on this case. I am sure of it.
Ah, really?
Your station will be famous, Mr. Duff. The journalists will be here before you know it. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye,
Hair bricks.
gentlemen.
See, now once again, I don't know what happens if you choose to let
Pay
my cop
attention.
handle it. Okay. You want me to save this guy, do you?
Well,
Or
whatever.
at least try to. You never answered my question, by the way, alive or dead. I guess I can go for the alive shot.
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
Oh no.
And you killed this thing?
I mean, I did the thing. Oh, I failed completely. You shot
Yeah.
Sherlock too.
Oh, what did
There we
you
go. I fucked it up, okay? I told you. Okay, well what happened is because I was firing a gun, I put the cursor over it and then hit right trigger. Because to fire a gun in every video game ever, it's right trigger. In
Good
this game, it's-
shot, Watson. I always knew you were a talented marksman.
I didn't
Yeah,
want
you shoot
another
that, I
life
was gonna
lost
just
in
pop
this
him in the
case,
head.
Holmes.
Oh my god! I thought I was a dead man.
I mean, you very well could.
You shouldn't be so
And if you
glad
miss the
about
first
it.
shot,
You'll
and the
be up
station
before the
manager dies, you
judge.
just have to shoot the guy.
Your
Just
testimony
like
will be
fucking
of
up,
great
they didn't
importance to
realize
the
that.
investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence. By the way, Watson, would you be so kind as to give me some shooting lessons later on?
Yes, but not in our sitting room, and not with you wearing a blindfold.
Don't feel like having to do some more dodging. Clues found 21. Moral choice. It was carefully planned by the Mexicans killed the Chileans and sank the train to hide their crime. The dam breach was played to their advantage. They used their own barges to keep the train on the run for a few seconds and then sank it in the flooded quarry. The railway tracks were removed to hide the crime. The Mexicans' inhumanity towards it. Move the stick. One of them down. Inhumanity towards the Chileans cost many lives, so the decision was made to act. Keep going. Quickly, Lestrade will be informed. So, A, to accept your decision. Yep, that's fine. You are now neutral personality ranking because of the first case. Because, you know, the first case, you let the guy off this one. But yeah, that will be it for this part because we're almost at an hour anyway. So we're not going to start a new case now. So the next one is in the baths.
I see that.
Yeah. I don't remember. It's like some weird Roman bath thing. I can't remember if it's this one or not. But in one of them, we go to like an archaeology site. Which I think is this one. Because we have to like do some Indiana Jones shit.
Cool.
Well, like his investigative shit, not his swinging off of whips and shit, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, all Sherlock does is walk, so riding his carriage.
And slowly walk, by
Yeah.
the way. But we solved the riddle on the rails. We saved the station manager on the second time. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.